If you missed the first one, it was an amazing, fantastic race to watch. I highly recommend it. I'm Dracia. I am here with the lovely, most magical of friends, Magic Friends. You
How's
still doing
everyone
all right
doing
tonight?
today?
Things are going great. I'm excited for this game too. RandomEffekt's Remorse Flag was to turn dungeon headers on, which is very, very good. Because if you have all shapes and mystery headers, it's wild.
Not like that, Random Effect says on his character screen, so he's hoping for a little bit more of a exploration seed and a little bit less of a Rush 9 seed.
Absolutely. And we start in the Lost Hills with 1, 2 or 3, 4 or 5, 7 or 8.
So we've got 1, and we've got a red candle and a power bracelet to start. So plenty of exploration, not a ton of combat, but we will probably be able to farm bombs and such from there. And looks like our warp zones are going to be vanilla today.
Definitely nice to see. Especially with any road right next to start. And RandomEffekt takes the any road immediately to vanilla start. Checks the burn bush because we've got the 50-50 chance that the wood sword will be in its vanilla spot. And the moment of truth, it is. And go figure, they've got extra candles this time with the red candle start.
That's actually going to give Random a bit of an advantage to start this race off, as Xarnax is going up to the White Sword Cave, is going to check to see if this is a second quest push block. It is not, and he's going to check Waterfall and that stuff before he makes any other plays. That's a letter at Waterfall.
And we've got we rolled up on the medium secret being 35 rupees. Very nice to see.
Xarnax did see that warp zone, but he is not taking it to the south, to the start zone area. So he's going to do more exploration first.
Not a bad plan. Red Candle does give him repeatable offense. So the sword is slightly less priority.
125 for a big secret, 35 for our medium. So we've got if we find a small, this might be laws approved.
Yeah. Even if the small is small. Oh, hey, we find level 1, and that looks to be second quest. Unless it shapes. Xarnax finds level 8, which could also be second quest based on that palette color.
Alright, Random finds a staircase very early. Seems Xarnax found 8, but decided not to dig it that much. Random's also finding a ladder block in 1 again, so I think 1 is laddered.
Well, he opts out of the transport staircase. I'm very curious as to why. And we do have some enemy HP shuffle, by the way. The Tektites rolled nice and high.
Looks like Random's trying to farm some bombs before he goes into more dungeons. Level 2. Level 2 at the Armor spot in the Lost... on the... or one of the 2 armor spots over in the Lost Hills.
Random finds 9. And that's definitely a second quest back half based on where he walked in there.
Yeah.
We don't have permanent sword beam here either. Sad to say.
Yeah, these runners don't really need sword beams, but it's always a graceful thing to see those things firing. Coast is just a heart container today. And it looks like RandomEffekt is going to go check our armor spot here in just a moment.
Turns out to be another Take Any.
That leaves us with only one armor spot left to check, and level 6 from Xarnax.
Goes ahead and takes the heal from it. Yeah, our last Armos is going to be the 10 secret that's in the forest. Yeah, chat pointing out RandomEffekt already has more hearts now than he did in game. And we appear to have, yep, based on that level 2 location, we've got a full overworld. So we do not have to worry about any power bracelet block. Vanilla any roads. And there's only one recorder spot.
Yeah, we saw the warp zones already, so everything's going to be nice and clean for these runners. Both of these two have done plenty of vanilla running, so they know the ins and outs of this route.
And we've got we definitely have shuffled drop groups. Keeper bombs at 19 rupees instead of 20. RandomEffekt's gonna pick up a pack there.
The old man has a silver arrow close to start, huh?
And that
What?
deceptive hints, but if those are helpful hints, if that is truthful, then RandomEffekt can.
Well, RandomEffekt was at near start. That would be very interesting. The only location I don't think he checked were the two bomb spots.
That is correct, yes. And Random does not know yet that he's dealing with full first quest, so he's checking a few extra.
Yeah, he'll figure it out when he gets into this 3. He'll probably make that determination. 10 for the small secret, right in the middle. So almost laws approved.
I would still say that it is, especially because it's first quest overworld. You know, the big secret rolled nice and high. Medium secret rolled pretty high. It's at the very least what he would call an above average money seed. As Xarnax takes some death from those Lionels.
Yeah, he got his wood sword finally, but
far southwest. Finds another bomb shop. Goes ahead and picks those up.
so we're gonna get our first look in the northeast corner here from Xarnax. Finds another bomb shop. So bomb shops are dime a dozen today.
And meet the merchant at the grave. So that means the magical sword or the magical bomb upgrade, we don't know yet.
Yeah, we saw.
He's going to be in the grave area.
I think Random saw the sword up there.
Oh,
Level
okay.
7 for Xarnax.
And level 5 for Random.
Wow, first room in on level 7, and that mugger wants his money.
And that is most certainly inverse controls that we've got for that red bubble curse.
Yeah, we're moving too fast, and he just fired his sword, so...
Xarnax finds level 3. It's going to be an extremely easy dig as long as he doesn't run into any blocks, including that bait block.
Alright, Random finds a Goma here, but he can get around him.
Xarnax opts out of digging level 3.
I think Xarnax is thinking that he has the Triforce for level 3 already, since this is all second quest.
Yes. Yeah, the Triforces that we have are 1, 3, 4, 7.
Which also explains why they dipped out of 7 early. Once he saw that it was right, once he saw that he could only go right again twice, he probably figured out that it was second 7. And he's like, well, if I don't gotta pay, I'm not gonna stay.
Nice little rhyme there. No pay, no stay.
I'm not gonna fill up his hearts before I think he'll go back into that dungeon he was just in.
Well, it is a Wizrobe set, so that is a smart play.
Yeah, it gives him at least a little bit of time where he can... He's also going to go grab his item up here, which he knows is up here. I think he's checked all the other spots. Might not have checked where level 2 is yet. Yeah, Fairy's also going to reset his curse as well, so he'll be back in normal mode. Although Random could handle Inverse, but the problem is Inverse plus Wizrobes. And
we do have the power bracelets, which they've already got. So we've got a very useless armor list.
We get 2 croissants today. Thank you, sir. So now Random's coming back over into the start area. With that hint, he really wants to know, does he have to just grab this? Or is it something where he can grab this silver arrow? He has 6 hearts. If it's available, he can grab it. Or is it more likely that that's just a lie?
Well, more will be revealed.
He's got one more check in the area. That is not a silver. I don't think that is a truthful hint.
Unless, start. It does not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is not a truthful hint. So we're gonna have some trolley hints here. Random back into level 8. And random back out of level 8. Yeah, that is true. Bogey, Xarnax figuring out that it's a complete quest because he tried to pirouette the door going into level 9 and it didn't move, so it must be a wealthy wall.
Based on that shield price, I believe we do not have a boomstick this seed.
So this race is going to be about as vanilla-y as we're getting in Randomizer. Basically just 2Q vanilla with 1Q overworld.
Yeah. Xarnax is going to find his leftovers there.
Ooh, takes a death from the Armoses.
We've got a ladder heart. And we have a 21 rupee door repair charge.
So a little feisty from the door repairers.
Xarnax is making his way into level 2. Possibly. Not making his way into level 2 unless he's going to pirouette. And pirouette he does. Making your way into a dungeon without bombs is a scary thing sometimes.
Yeah, level 2 is a dungeon that can eat up a lot of bombs and a lot of keys, and this one is gonna force you to use one or the other.
Yeah, level 2 is extremely linear.
And he does not have bombs, and he has only one key. This room south of him is a shoot room with a key door on the other side. So his options are spend the one bomb and hope, or use that key. Random looks like...
to answer in chat, Xarnax is using the old woman sprite. The one who sells potions.
So Random chooses not to use his key or his bombs and leaves 9. Or leaves 2. Xarnax finds the Triforce in 2, one room past that key block.
Does opt to keep digging. Which is a good play. Despite being very linear, well, he does get a bomb drop, which is... I'm sure he's very happy to see. Dark Nuts maybe not so much. Although they are squishy, they roll down to 2 HP.
Yeah, and with especially red Dark Nuts, these runners aren't going to care about that. They waddle around. You can deal with them. Random finds a walk-through wall at the entrance of level 6, so he's going to start digging out 6 instead.
Six, despite being a larger dungeon, can potentially be a slightly better dig, or easier dig, because it's significantly less linear. Although it does have, he did just get ambushed by Wizrobes there.
It does have the tail section,
shoot.
but other than that tail section, it's not quite as linear, and 2 tends to has multiple, like, long tail sections.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, 4 and 6 are the only second quest dungeons that aren't almost completely linear.
Alright, so now Random has his Triforce out of 6 ready to go. There's only a couple rooms in, so he's going to keep digging, and he'll probably up A to go get that Triforce later. Now, RandomEffekt dungeon...
We got all Wizzies.
Yeah, Random's dungeon is a lot more difficult. The Wizrobes are a lot harder to fight than Gibdos with a red candle.
Looks like he's burning the bats and grabbing the Tringle, getting out of there for the time being.
So he will have a temporary Triforce lead. That's another water block in level 2 as well. We've seen 2 already.
That could mean a ladder blocked item. Xarnax is able to get to the other leg of the A. This could be our item.
And for Xarnax, hopefully this will end his exploration in 2, and he'll be able to just up A and go grab that Triforce. Oh, no,
that is his transports.
And transports. And a boomerang.
We got Heart Shuffle. We have a Heart Shuffle, ladies and gentlemen, in variations there. And
right,
this
so
is going to be our item staircase. We've got a raft.
Alright, raft is one of the few things that could block us from any locations. We have 2 spots for a raft, 1 spot for a recorder. So other than that, they should have all their exploration ready to go.
Random sees that immediate mugger room. Opts to use a heart instead of the large amount of rupees that he's got.
He's actually going to just take this Triforce and fill up his heart container. It's only going to take him a second to walk back in here. But this definitely is a very... I was just about to say something and then realized I was wrong. So, no, it's not that. Random is going to find his 3 here. And he is also going to choose not to go in. I think. Yeah, he is going to choose not to go in.
3 is the smallest smallest second quest dungeon, but it does have the potential to be extremely blocked by keys, ladder, and 2Q3 has the bait block. So does 2Q8, which Xarnax just walked into.
He also doesn't know whether or not Heart Shuffle is on, and you do have to clear all the ground items. You have to clear enemies to get that item out of 3. So instead of doing combat, he's probably trying to find staircases until he finds something that confirms that Heart Shuffle's off.
Definitely a good move. And RandomEffekt is headed back into level 2 as Xarnax explores level 8 a little bit more.
So if Random takes the same route that Xarnax does, he will see that boomerang on the ground, and that will give him the indication that he does need to be digging out heart pieces. And then he might go back to 3. I'm actually surprised that Xarnax went to 8 next, because 8 is long and tedious.
8 is the stairway to hell.
Well, we know the Triforce is an 8, so that'll give us a heads up on where we should be going.
And yes, we most certainly have inverse controls for that red bubble curse.
So one nice 8 did play a little bit kind today. They gave us a red bubble. They gave us a blue bubble in one of the early rooms. So if we do get inverse control and we don't mind it, we can just up A to turn that off again.
And that could be a potential Goma blocked item.
Goma blocked item, or Goma blocked staircase, or Goma blocked one-way staircase, or Goma blocked other staircase.
Goma blocked something, maybe. 90% of me is 10% sure that there's a non-zero chance of that.
Will that Goma block push? Probably. Will that Goma block be the item? Unlikely. No,
yeah, we have a total of, what, 14 staircases in TQ8?
I think it's a total of 12 because 2 are one-ways.
That's right.
Alright, so Random also an 8 now. I think he just grabbed that Triforce and left 2, so he does have a Triforce advantage. He's up a full Triforce on Xarnax, but he doesn't have as much information.
There's a terrible shoot room there. Thankfully you didn't get locked in. That is a very good spawn point level 8 though. Being in the middle of the spiral rather than at the tail end.
Yeah, it gives them a lot more maneuverability through the dungeon. Random's gonna find the bomb drop, but is choosing not to grab it.
And it appears
even though he's at 193.
It appears that the Triforce could be both bow blocked and ladder blocked.
And
2 Q8 is And this manhandler just trolling the heck out of Random. Eventually manhandles him. Thankfully, though, he is able to get the bomb upgrade if he so chooses, which will replenish his bombs as well as give him some extras.
One heart container and 8. I mean, part of the problem is not Random's ability to take out this manhandler. It's that he's trying to do it with inverse controls. So it's not the easiest thing to even attempt.
You are not wrong.
Now, maybe he's not. Maybe he got off the inverse controls, because I really feel like he would have hit a blue bubble in this room if he wasn't.
And Ari does see that heart, opts not to take it.
But that will tell him the heart shuffle is on. Because
Yes.
he did see the heart on the coast, and now he's finding a heart in the dungeon. So he knows that he's got to be digging out more than just staircases.
And we have 0 HP bosses. That 3-headed Gliok went down in 3 hits. Ooh.
Ooh. Boomerangs. Getting them.
Korea's doing what Korea's do.
Shoot things randomly in unknown directions?
Yeah, with her 1-frame turn. Link doesn't even get those. Or, yeah, technically he does. That's what a screen scroll is. Shh.
Well, he only gets them in specific spaces.
True. Gorillas get them anywhere they want.
Yeah, this is, once again, that both are runners in a very trolly, high-numbered dungeon. I know that Xarnax has kind of been able to explore a little bit more than Random, but Random has basically seen every room in the large section on the left side, and is just trying to get over to the right to start going up and down the vertical and horizontal sections.
And Manhandler does eventually cooperate and gives him some bombs back.
Alright, so now Random's going to get over to that far side that Xarnax already got to see a little bit of. This is not going to bomb, though, so he's going to have to go south if he wants any more information.
See some mold orbs.
Second heart container in 8. Yucky, yucky.
Wonder if he's gonna stay and keep an eye out for that floor item, or just go ahead and bail.
Well, he also hasn't seen the Triforce room yet. Once he sees that Triforce room, he will almost definitely bail.
Yeah, blocked by 3 pieces of wood. Or 2 pieces of wood and 1 piece of sword, depending.
Did Ari pay that mugger with bombs?
No.
No, that was the last seed that had mugger with bombs.
Yes. Yeah, that was bombs or money. This one's the life or money. And both of these shoot rooms are just in turn corners
Yeah, those are nasty shoot rooms to just tell you absolutely no.
Yeah.
Right. Raft check for Xarnax. Raft is an angry man who wants his door back.
That docking fee. The random effect is out of keys.
Yeah, this is a point where I think I just have to leave 8 and come back later. There's not a lot we can do from here.
No, not at all.
Which is the right play. We know that for a fact. So hopefully he just goes and digs some other dungeons and doesn't come back for a while. Because we need multiple items to even get through that to C8.
Yeah.
So Xarnax going into 7.
Or
But I
not.
think he's reconsidering it. He's got 3 right nearby here. So if he's probably, if I was him, I'm checking 3 first, figuring out if it is completely blocked off for me, and then I'll go into 7 afterwards.
Yeah. To dig 3 at this point as random goes into 5. We've not seen either of the items out of 5, so
So the transport is open, 1 room in, so we are going to see the left side here. And there's our meat block, so we are not going to be meat blocked out of this dungeon. The left side had it.
it's always a nice thing. Meat block is just completely not blocking a single thing.
Alright, so there's a... I would have killed that... Gliok there, knowing they're only 1 hit point each. Xarnax did kill his... Random did not fight his Gliok. Any key on the ground in 3.
All of his key troubles are completely over.
He's going to take a chance that the other item is a heart and just get on out of there.
And Xarnax did find a heart on the floor, so...
Random finds that Triforce for 5. And he's going to pick it up. That puts him to... He just needs to find a way to access the Triforce in 8, and then he is in... He can go check out 9 and see if Ganon is required.
And Xarnax is going to head into 6. Haven't seen.
Well, the problem with that 7-8 is that we know that the room that has the Triforce is blocked by a Chevy room, and there's a Goma in that room, we believe. So it's he's gonna need a lot of sticks put together to make that work. This is a nasty staircase in level 5 here.
Oh man, and Random almost gets through it. Some very nice moves there.
Xarnax is in 6 now. Random wisely picked up a potion from one of his heart shops, so if he does need to turn this off because of a room that has some particularly nasty combat, he can do so. Xarnax taking another death. Xarnax has had a couple of... I don't want to call them suspect deaths because, like, especially when you're dealing with 2Q stuff, everything can be really annoying, but just annoying deaths that I'm sure he's not happy with.
Absolutely. And this is the Triforce room from 6. Almost gets Triforced.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, that. So Ari uses the potion to clear off this. He's actually gonna, if he can stay away from the red bubbles here, he can try and push this room and everything.
And it unfortunately does not push, but he can bomb south.
That's a dig docker, and he does not have a recorder, and he does not have bombs or key. So he's in trouble in this 5.
Very timely clock on Xarnax's end as well. Along with a fairy drop.
All the luck coming up Millhouse for Xarnax here. This is a good pattern for him. If you can get any of these rooms with a big space in them, it's very easy to get the Wizrobe onto a push section where it's just going back and forth, and then you can fight it without it ever stopping moving.
That's the funniest thing, is just the Wizrobes phasing back and forth. Random makes the play Dracia attempts English, take 2. Random makes the play back into level 1.
So one's Triforce is ladder block, but we already have it, so that's not a big deal. Oh, not reaching. So close.
Sword is not quite long enough.
I think that works from the top down, but not from the bottom up.
I believe
I
you're
definitely
correct.
have done some of that. I definitely have clipped into water to get a thing before, but I don't remember which direction.
Speaking of, there's that ladder block in 1.
So Random kind of come back up here, fight these blue gorillas, and then do his... Well, if they don't boomerang him out with their frameless turnaround attacky modes.
Glad you're using the technical terminology there.
I don't like blue gorillas.
I hate Gorillas worse than Wizrobes, honestly. At least Wizrobes are a difficult enemy because they're hard combat, rather than just being cheap enemies.
Alright, so Ari's finding a second staircase in this 1. If he can clear out all of these wall masters.
We've got the
ladder on the floor. Alright.
Just opened a can of seed.
Did he find the other floor item in 1?
I'm not sure.
No, that was the floor item in 1. But he found a staircase way earlier?
There is no staircase item in Second Quest 1. It's just the floor item. Or 2 floor items when there's Heart Shuffle.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Chat's saying that it was a heart real early.
Okay.
Yeah, Random could have had that ladder a long time ago, but until then, I think he's going to grab a key or 2 here. What's this? 6, 12, 18. So he can grab 2 keys and his arrows from this shop with the money he has on hand.
Really funny thing is, I'm pretty sure that Random and Xarnax both bailed out of that transport staircase in 1 when they first found it.
Yeah, I don't think Xarnax went all the way up to that staircase. Yeah, I don't know why Xarnax didn't keep checking it. I think he just saw the ladder block and was like, oh, dumb. again.
Ari's going to head into 3, though, and is going to be very happy to see that any key.
Well, is the any key blocked by a key? Because right now, he doesn't have one.
That's a good question. Oh, we've got the heart, though. I believe the any key is in this desert room here.
Oh, his 3 is really fast. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, doesn't even need to check the staircase. Boom, there's that any key, and he's out of dodge.
Xarnax in a very nasty room with the dongos and fireballs flying everywhere. Takes another death in 5. Ari's going to go back into 7.
Ari's going to think better of going back into 7. Ari's going to decide to go back into 7. What?
I think he's just trying to orient himself with what this 7, where he is in the 7.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
he may have tried to pirouette, but there are no bomb walls inside. Unless there's a failsafe with a sanity check.
Alright, so he finds what could be a staircase very early with just a single Dodonga. Goes up
Nice
into
smoke
bombs.
There. To answer Sam in chat, the bow is required. There's a Gobo Block Triforce in 8.
So we don't know if silvers are required, but the bow definitely.
And Random is wasting no time clearing out the more difficult floor. Oh, hey!
Bombs.
So we've got the floor item in 7 already.
So that is what would be the white sword, but with plus bombs, we will not have any upgrades of melee unless we find a wand.
Yeah, because this is not a boomstick seed.
That's also nice for Ari because he doesn't have to worry about anything but staircases. Now he can skip a lot of these Dark Nut rooms that he was thinking about doing combat in, but now he knows the floor drop's gone. He can just look for staircases and take everyone he sees.
Yeah, and once again in level 7, all he's got to do is find the staircase item and he can just dip right out. And thank you, Crimson Avix, for rating this this match. I hope you enjoy what you see. We definitely have been.
Crimson Avix is still in the top 16 of the winners bracket, and he will be facing our tracker Notibato in just a day or two.
Yep, tomorrow night. That was a great... I don't know if that was a force, or if we have a shuffle drop groups. That was a great bomb drop on RandomEffekt side.
Yeah, I think you take this random. One thing I always wondered was, especially when you're doing 7 and 8, a lot of people get this mindset that they don't want to take staircases. But every time you take a staircase, you also eliminate a staircase on the other side of the map.
You definitely do.
Alright, a heart container out of 5 for Xarnax.
Oh, a very timely clock for Rand. One
heart, 2 bombs left, so he was only going to have about 1 more bomb to actually spend.
Finds another transport.
And another room with a lot of blue dark nuts and
he gets that block
floor
clip.
drop.
That is an amazing strategy.
He is...
Oh! Gets flanked by him, though.
That is the second or third time that Ari has been able to get a block clip in a room very quickly. His movement, his hands on that controller are fire.
They absolutely are. Both of our players doing wonderfully in this tournament. Xarnax is actually 5-0 right now.
I got another staircase here. The transport. Ari might have figured out that that transport goes back to the room he already was in. And Xarnax using the like shield.
You mean like?
Yeah, he really likes the likes, so he uses them to fight everything else.
That sounds like a good plan.
Ooh.
We got a
Ari
wild combat level 7.
Really just... Well, he just wants to get to this key door, but sometimes he's just not allowed to.
Oh, I would. Xarnax is not undefeated.
That Wizard room in 5 is very tedious. Alright, it looks like Random's gotten his way back up to that another transport room. This
Yes,
time it
that was
only
where he
has
found
one
the,
blue.
That was where he found the white bombs, but that could still be a transport staircase.
How clean was that? That was 5 hits on a blue dark nut, where if he messes that up, he takes half his life.
That was just beautifully perpendicular.
And he's rewarded with... Bleh.
Right back to a room where he's already been.
Back to start, and a red bubble curse just for the toys. And
I'm just gonna go ahead and save out a 7. There are smaller places that can be checked. And Xarnax heading into 1, hopefully he's gonna find that ladder.
so now we've seen all the dungeons. We know that we still need a bow and arrow. We have to buy the arrows because we can't get into 9, and we haven't seen anything that would tell us that the red ring and silvers have been shuffled out of 9. Even the hint that said they were shuffled out of 9 was wrong. He wants to check that white sword cave, but the Lino's just not going to let him. Space Strike, a lot of the both Discord and Twitch have been very annoying today, so it might be yours. All right, there's that ladder. Xarnax is out of 1, and now where does Xarnax go? He still has a Triforce in 5 that he didn't pick up.
I can't remember if the Triforce in 5 was ladder blocked, if Random had gone back in for it.
Well, it couldn't have been ladder block because Random picked it up before he got to 8.
Okay. I couldn't remember that part.
Xarnax is going to go back into this 5. maybe he should go hit the ferry station before he goes in.
I think that's exactly what he's gonna do.
Alright, so our hints just told us that Garia grumbles with the wand. Leok returns with the red candle. Neither of those do we know. And Digdogger gazes with the magic key, which was not true?
Correct.
Three had the magic key, so...
Yes. Yeah, that would have been Manhandla.
So now... I'm starting to think that, like... Well, we know deceptive hints are on, and both of those are wrong. So a 7 is possible wand, and... What was the other one?
Red candle.
Yeah, we're not gonna find the red candle one.
No.
So Ari must be missing a dungeon. He must not know where one of these dungeons are.
He has been into level 8. But I believe he's digging others for the bow. We haven't seen level 4. I believe that's the only dungeon we haven't seen.
Is the one missing.
Oh, hey! White Sword items the bow. And Random is going to book it back to 8.
Well, that puts him really far ahead.
Level 4.
It looks like he's gonna go... Where is he going now? It's gotta be a shop, right?
Might be going to buy bombs. And then head into level 8.
Oh, he needs an arrow.
I thought
he can't actually use...
Random already bought arrows.
Oh yeah, he did buy arrows. I thought he was gonna... I got confused because I was telling him to buy keys when he bought an arrow.
Yes.
Xarnax is finally gonna find his Triforce in this room, I believe.
Yep.
Yep. Well, Space Drake, we don't know if silvers are needed yet. We know bow is needed, but the reason bow is needed is because of a Goma block on the Triforce in 8. So, and because we haven't found anything to tell us differently, it's pretty much the runners are going to try to find silvers in 9. Ari's like, well, I bought these arrows, so I'm dang hell gonna use them. Oh, and that actually worked out real well. He gets shot right up to the Triforce.
And there's that Goma, and there's that Triforce, and Ari is on his way now.
Wow. Yeah, until Xarnax decides to check Death Mountain, and he is on the wrong side of the map for that. This is Random's game to win. But we are going into 9, and 9 is known as the Great Equalizer, so we're looking for a door, and then maybe a roar. If we find the door to Zelda, and it opens when we clear the room of enemies, then the race will be over. If we find a room with the door, and it doesn't open when we clear the enemies, we'll know that Ganon's required, and we'll have to keep digging to find those silvers.
And second quest 9 is significantly smaller than first quest 9, which is very nice. But RandomEffekt is going in without any bombs.
Yeah, he's been hurt for bombs a couple times. He's been at 0 on his counts a lot this seed, actually.
Xarnax picks up his arrows. I think Ari is just going to book it north as much as possible to see if he can find... Oh, shoot! Not going to find anything that way.
Well, this does have a chute this is a shoot room, but it's also a shutter door. Okay, that shutter door does open.
Good
Oh, that
thinking
shutter
on
door
that. I didn't
actually.
even realize.
But unfortunately, that shutter door is where the ear connects. So that actually, he can't even get into that. That shutter room is completely dead.
Ah. We've got some creepypastas in level 9. And Xarnax finds those potentially
Silver
deceptive hints.
arrows!
We've got the silvers. Random Effect is in go mode, regardless of whether required.
And that is a big upgrade, because now he has the combat to fly through this dungeon. As long as he... Oh, it is a wizard. But... Boo!
Still, though, aside from Wizarobes, I mean, the silver arrows do magical sword damage, so they'll do 4 HP of damage. Silver arrows even make short work of that manhandler. Oh!
That's the second time he's died to a manhandle this. He does. I don't even think he's realized that it's 0 HP yet.
Yeah, I mean, he got caught between a block and a hard place there. Some nice health drops from those leg lights, though. Very nice blue bubble room close to the beginning of the dungeon.
Yeah, Random's gonna see a staircase, but he's just gonna not take it. At this point, he's probably just trying to finish the seed out normally. Northwest of Skull, so 50% chance that is true.
I forget the way the deceptive hints work. Are they sometimes true or never true? True about 50% of the time. Okay, thank you, Fury.
Ooh, Hari just barely able to dodge those Wizarobes.
Making very great work of them.
This room is not helping him.
Absolutely not. And he has no bombs, so he's fighting them sword only. Xarnax is exploring West Death. Oh wow, Fire's rolled up.
And that's bad for Random, because those were one of the 2 enemies that could drop bombs in this dungeon, and they're not.
We've got a pig!
Alright, so that's
and
dead
that
pig?
was anticlimactic. And it is possible that that Zelda is in the next room.
Unfortunately, Xarnax has found the one thing that would distract him the most, and that's level 4.
Absolutely massive dungeon, full of twists and turns.
And full of 2 items, which he needs one of them, but it's not in here.
Yeah, this is going to be a massive, I guess based on the color, green herring for him.
this lack of bombs is actually really starting to hurt Random. He very much should consider going and buying some bombs, because there's a couple spots in the north now that he hasn't been able to check. Two of which, a recorder, huh? Alrighty then. Recorder for Xarnax, so I mean, at least that'll help him get around the world faster, but maybe. Okay,
There's a
there's
bomb drop.
bombs.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, he's gonna go back and check the bombs in this spots right here.
Bombs up.
Dodges red bubbles.
In a laggy room, too. That's a Goma. Ooh, dodges them again. That is beautiful footwork.
All right. So he's still relying on that hint. That's the real reason he was checking those rooms. Is he's still thinking that hint could be, it's a 50% chance it's true. Zelda could be in any of these rooms here, up in this northwest. And until he checks all of them, he's just going to assume it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's true until it's not.
Also, since he's already got the pig defeated, he's also probably looking for spaces where the Zelda could be in her room.
Yeah, or potentially looking for a compass. So any rooms that are fairly easy to clear. Oh, we've got a GG.
Good game, RandomEffekt.
Finishing in first place, the official SRL time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 20 seconds. He's going to keep this best of 3 series going. That was incredibly done by RandomEffekt.
All right, so we will have both our runners in. Race 3 will not be tonight. Xarnax is still running, so let's keep up with what Xarnax is doing here in level 4. He currently has 1 item out of this 4, if I'm not mistaken. I might have missed one while we were watching RE.
Xarnax does.
Like... Go ahead. Yeah, it looks like.
As a comment,
looks like Xarnax is forfeited.
Impossible bow. And RandomEffekt and Xarnax have agreed to join us in the commentary booth. They should be arriving shortly.
Yeah, get your GGs out for both our runners today. 2 very difficult seeds, both of which were very trolly in their requirements. One of which we started with all 8, and then the other one gives us a bow hidden on Death Mountain after we did it. I don't even know if we needed that bow.
We did need that bow. We needed it for the level 8 Triforce. And we do have a RandomEffekt in our commentator booth. GG, my love.
Wow, what 2 seeds, man! That was those were some seeds tonight.
All right, so let's start with the first one. Give us some feedback on that first one. What you were thinking while you were digging through. I saw the SRL chat for a while that you and Xarnax were talking about. So give us what your thought process was digging out that 9, as long as you did.
Also, Xarnax has joined us in the commentary booth. GG to you too, my love.
Hey, GG. RE.
Yeah, those were fun. They're asking me about the first seed so far, and the first seed, I found 9. You started with the white sword and the wand. You're like, wow, this is pretty good, and all 8 Triforces. So I found 9 very quickly because you went over to where the power bracelet should be, and you found 9, and you're like, okay.
Yep.
So, but I didn't get bomb. I had bomb issues, and I did not. I literally missed probably 6 bomb drops on the way there. So you found 8. I guess you said before 9, so you bombed there first before going over.
Right.
Yeah, so I didn't have that opportunity. I didn't find 8 until way late, of course.
Yeah, I can imagine. If you miss it on that first trip, yeah, there's not a good time to route it in.
Yeah, but I just, here's my thought is that I saw how atrocious that 9 was, and I was in there for a very long time. I didn't even look at how many times I died, but it must have been 20 plus times. But after a while, I was like, I was kind of dedicated to it. Like I couldn't leave, even though in my head, and Xarnax sort of pointed this out too, that I think he thought that I would stay and I thought he would bail, and it just didn't work out, I guess, in my favor to stick around in there for too long. Like I thought I'd already I was just committed. I was committed at that point to doing it.
Both of these seeds had some really hard combat, which really messed with my head a bit, like the meta. I don't know if they told you at the end of this seed, like you felt behind, but I felt behind too. I basically, like, I knew I needed the bow to get 8's Triforce, and there were a bunch of levels I hadn't fully explored yet. I knew Heart Shuffle was on when I found 2, but basically I was at a point where I'm like, if I need to redig anything that I've already found, my odds of winning are so slim. So I saw the hint saying the silvers were
yeah,
and I knew that could be deceptive, but I was like, that's still a better play than trying to dig these dungeons, I think. And I might find the bow on the way. And by the time I had ruled out everything that I knew was the smart play, I was like, I'm so far behind, I'm just going to look for 4 and hope it's in there, because that's the last thing he's going to do.
Yeah, I didn't even find level 4. With the second seed, I knew that deceptive events were on because we were first quest overworld, even though I tried to start pushing second quest stuff because I was getting frustrated.
Same.
But I saw that silver's hint and I was like, all right, we're in deceptive. We have to be in deceptive hints. I've checked everything near start except for a raft spot. So, which I don't even know if that's not considered near start. That's by a lake. So I was like, all right, we are definitely in deceptive hints, which is why, if you guys maybe were watching, I'd found both hint shops and had at least found one hint shop, I think, had some money, but I was like, I don't want to buy these. These could lead me completely astray for a long time. I don't want to buy them because I know they're deceptive. But I got to the point where I was like, I don't know where to go. So I'd rather go somewhere, like I'd rather it tell me something and maybe it will lead me somewhere. But those hints by the right at start, the hints there, one of them told you the wand was in 7, which might have been true. I never found the stair item. And yeah, I
Red
didn't
Candle
realize
8 was one.
Red Candle in 8 was 1, which could be the floor item because I never found that because we had Heart Shuffle on as well.
But one of them was the any key hint, and you knew where that was, and that was also deceptive.
Absolutely, because I got that out of 3, I think, or
Interesting. Where I must have mismarked that hint shop.
It was Armos in the Lost Hills, right next to the power bracelet.
I did mark that. That was the first thing I found.
Yeah,
and it didn't have
that's the first
money
thing.
yet.
Yeah, that was the start screen.
The other hint shop was at Vanilla 6.
Yes,
Yeah, they were pretty cheap. I bought all 3 of them just in hopes that one of them would say bow and give me a 50-50.
What did you find there? Because I never bought those.
I don't remember. It was no feat of strength will save the princess.
Which was probably true. Which had to be true, yes.
Right. I think one was for the power bracelet was in. I think it said power bracelets in 7.
False.
Right. And I don't remember.
Actually, well, was it false or because we started?
You got it on the overworld.
I got it in the overworld. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting my seeds mixed
up. Right, but man, that's really unfortunate. I'm curious how close it actually was. How bad was 9?
Ganon was required.
Okay. Silvers were in
I
it.
was silvers were in there. I found those. Didn't find the red ring, if it was in there, which I'm assuming it was. But Ganon and Zelda were pretty far apart. Zelda was in. I got also a false hint from an old man that Zelda was in the northwest, and I went towards that. I was like, that she's not here. But yeah, you had to. Silvers were on the right cheek, Ganon was on the left cheek, and Zelda was in the top right, in the right ear. So it was
pretty far behind.
it was a lot of 9 I went through. Yeah, I made a huge brain fart in this one.
I made a couple.
My biggest brain fart was I found level 5, and I went through it, and first I had found level 1 and 2, and I was like, all right, this feels like second quest first 6, like 1 through 6 second quest.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I went through 5, I did some pathing, and I looked at my map, and I was like, this can't be second quest 5. I think we're in shapes. Because I had only seen like 4 rooms total of 2 and 1. Like I didn't go very far, but it looked like second quest, but I wasn't sure.
Right.
And then level 5, I saw 4 north rooms in a row. I was like, wait a minute, level 5 doesn't have that. It has 3 north rooms in a row max. And I left and went away. And then I found level 8 and was like, oh, I already have this Triforce. But in the back of my head, I was like, I might have to go back there, but I'm not going to go there yet.
Right.
Then I found level 2, and I was like, oh, I have that Triforce. Let's move on. And then it dawned on me, after I entered level 7 and level 3, it dawned on me that I was like, wait a minute, we're in second quest, so I've already found everything I need. And I probably wasted, I don't know, I guess it wasn't really wasted, I guess, but it was a decent waste of maybe 10 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
That's what 5? I felt. That's the reason I felt behind, because I made those big brain farts.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, 5, I ended up, so the Triforce was like one room to the left. You just had to walk through the wall. I full cleared the entire rest of the dungeon before I realized that.
What was the stair item? Because I found the floor item. I don't think I found the stair item.
Recorder?
I think they were both hearts.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, recorder was in 4.
Oh, okay.
Right, recorder was in 4. But yeah, but man, because I could have been at least a bit closer. I'm looking at my map. I think I have 5 overworld locations that I didn't get to. And one of those was the bow.
Yeah, I think I got a little lucky then. Where was level 4, by the way?
Oh, you went.
It was 2 screens left of the bow.
Oh, it was on the other side. Okay, yeah, because when I was going out there, I knew that the silver arrows were false, and I knew I still had it out there. I didn't know it was the bow, but I was actually going to search for 4, and I just found the bow, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. If I had found 4 first, it would have been disastrous. And I guess it was also just lucky in a way. It was, I don't want to say lucky, serendipitous, that I had 2 bombs only. So I was making my way towards Death Mountain. I was like, well, I got 2 bombs. There's 2 bomb spots up there. Let's just go do those first. That was the only reason I went north first. So just serendipitous that way.
Yeah.
So one thing that we were really impressed with during both these races, Ari, was your ability to clip into a block. When you walk in a room and you're like, I'm going to die here, clip, okay, I'm safe. You did that at least 5 or 6 times this seed, where you room full of blue dark nuts or room full of danger noodles, and you just snapped into a block, cleared the room like it was nothing. That was really impressive, actually.
Yeah, I that room in 9 I had to do like, I don't know, 10 times or something. So they just kept coming back. I don't understand. So yeah, that room in 9 to go when you went through the corridor stair and went south. And you popped out in a single block room with the blue Landmola. That I cleared that room many, many times. Died in there like twice, but cleared it probably at least 6 or 8 more times after that. I've gotten practice, gotten a lot of practice at that.
And we actually talked on stream, Xarnax, about that big brain play of you leaving 9 in the first seed, because we were talking, we were like, it's weird that he would leave 9 and instead of clearing the overworld, go right into 8. And we said, you know what? He probably feels like if Random's not done yet, Random's cleared more of this dungeon than him. Therefore, he shouldn't be in this dungeon anymore.
Yeah, there was a lot of really good metagaming on both sides.
You said you got the compass, like they said you got the compass like 12 minutes before me. How the hell? How did you get there? Like, is there a stair that got up there somehow, or?
So it was in a room that had traps
I had it.
Fireballs.
Yeah.
And whiz robes, and you got to that room after going through the stupid trap room beforehand that was killing you. So you took a death in that room and started exploring other ways.
Oh.
And he ended up taking the staircase that took you up to the north near Ganon and coming down from the other direction with a little more health. So he was able to basically just clear the room that had the compass much earlier than you.
Yeah, my thought was I didn't even know if Ganon was required, but at that point I knew the ladder was required because I had tried to get it. I had found the compass and then I had tried to get into that room every which way because it looked suspicious on my map. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's where she is, but I can't guarantee it. Then I got the compass and I was like, all right, we can't get in there. So the first thing I was looking for was a ladder, and I stumbled into the bow and never found the ladder. But yeah, I think it was the right play for me to stay. It just didn't work out. I feel confident enough that I can get through things, and I was making pretty good moves. I feel like I was doing okay for what the circumstances I was given. I regret taking the heart container at level 1 on the overworld. I regret that a lot. I should have taken if I would have taken the potion, then I would have had beam sword every time I would have went back in there, and still had a potion at the times that I needed to. Specifically, that 16 block trap room that I had to, that was one west of the single block danger noodle room. I hate that room. It had traps, 16 blocks, and whiz robes in it. It was just, I was like, I'm gonna die in here probably half the time just because of dumb luck.
This was the second 9?
This is the first 9.
First 9. Oh, there was there was one room that you were able to find a workaround for, but it was, you walk in, you immediately you have to take damage from the traps, and then you're dead to any beam.
Wow. It was not fun. And I probably had to go through that 10 times and died probably 4 times.
Yeah, those were both really rough. I'm pretty sure my Loser's Remorse will be 0 HP enemies.
Okay. Like turning that on, right?
Right.
Obviously. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, friends, for being with us today. Do you have a time for your next race?
No, they just said, you said not tomorrow or Saturday, so we'll talk about it. Maybe Sunday or something. I don't know.
Yeah, tomorrow is super booked up. We've got Alsoa and Exo, Captain Green and Catastrophe, Reiku Rider and Toaster, Sis Crusher and Angel FM, Eat My Steel and Fred Coughlin. Tomorrow's schedule is booked, and that's just on Randomania. I don't even know what's on, if any of us are on Speed Gaming or not. So we will definitely have a lot of action and one more game from you two. And even after that, we'll both see you going on. One of you will go on to the Elite 8, and one of you will end up in the bonus bracket. So thank you for your running today, and hopefully the next seed's not quite as trolly.
Well, the 0 HP enemies, it can't be that bad, right?
Yeah, well, thanks for the restream and the commentary.
Thank you both for racing.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks.
GG both of y'all. Thank you to Fury SK for the restream, to Nochibato for tracking, and to my wonderful co-commentator Magic Friends. You have anything else to add before we sign off?
Just make sure you give our runners a follow here. They did a great job, and all the runners in the community are really awesome. You can learn a lot from them, and also you can get some sweet music from RandomEffekt. He does some DJing, and I really like his stuff, so check out some of his DJ streams as well.